Hey, Zane Griggs here, zanegriggs.com. Today I want to talk to you about butter versus margarine. Which one is healthier? Which one's a better choice for you? Now, some of you can probably guess what I'm going to say, but let's start. Let's look at the source. Okay, so butter is made from churning milk fat until it solidifies, and we get that nice creamy substance we love to put on our veggies. And then margarine is made from vegetable oil. So they take vegetable oils from like soybean oil, safflower oil, and they hydrogenate it to make it more solid, like butter, to simulate butter, and to give it a longer shelf life. So they hydrogenate these oils, which the process actually creates trans fats. If you haven't heard of trans fats, they're very inflammatory. They're like free radicals in your system, going around causing cell damage basically, and inflammation, and making our immune system react. Okay. The other thing about soybean oil, safflower oil, all these grain-based oils, is they're very high in omega-6s. So omega-6s versus omega-3s. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. Omega-6s are inflammatory. Now, we need both. We need in the proper ratio, but we really need much more omega-3 in our diet than omega-6. And our American diet, typical American diet, is much denser and much heavier omega-6. So we have a lot more inflammation coming into our bodies just through what we eat, what's sometimes called healthy food. So it really is not helping with that ratio of omega-3 to omega-6, eating vegetable oils and margarine in particular. Now, the big deal against butter for a long time was the saturated fat and cholesterol, of course. But that's been, even the government authorities, which is usually the slowest to change their mind because they're most heavily influenced by, well, let's not get into that. But anyway, they've changed their mind and saying, hey, you know what, maybe we were wrong about this. Cholesterol and saturated fat, really not such a big deal for heart disease, not such nutrients of concern, was the way they put it. They're no longer nutrients of concern. So off the hook with the major nutrition government and sources. So thanks for catching up. So really, well, here, let me give you a little more to chew on with that. Framingham Heart Study, 20-year study. It was about heart disease. Okay, it took place in Framingham, Massachusetts. They watched a whole population of people and how they ate. And then a more recent one, the Sydney Diet Heart Study, which is a smaller group of men from Sydney, Australia, who had heart disease and had problems with heart disease, and they divide up their diets in these two different studies. So some people, like the control group, continued eating cholesterol, saturated fat. Others had a diet where they avoided saturated fats and they ate more polyunsaturated fats, so the vegetable oils and those kind of heavy omega-6 stuff, right? And what they found, the group eating the saturated fat and cholesterol, really no effect on heart disease whatsoever. No effect. No, they didn't affect it one way or the other. Okay, the group eating or consuming the vegetable oil, so from all sources, not just margarine, of course, but the cooking oils, the Pams, the Criscos, all that, and avoiding saturated fats, okay, actually ended up having a higher risk of heart disease and death from heart disease in their unsaturated fat diet. So, yeah, that didn't work out so well, did it? And not what they were expecting to find. And I'm so glad they admitted it, but it was certainly the opposite of what they were expecting to find from both of those studies. So, your best bet, okay? Well, first of all, butter of any kind versus margarine is going to be, you're better with butter, okay? Because you've got at least the saturated fat, your body recognizes it, it's better for cooking, it doesn't oxidize when it's cooking, okay? So you're not creating trans fats while you're cooking with it as opposed to vegetable oils. Putting it on your veggies tastes great. No trans fats, no excessive omega-6s. But if you really want to take the next step and increase your omega-3 ratios with your butter choice and lower your omega-6s you're taking and increase the omega-3s, get grass-fed butter. Because a grass-fed butter is like, grass-fed beef or wild-caught fish, game. It's going to have more omega-3s in the fat, okay, than omega-6s. So if, like I said, you can take that step, go for the omega-3, the grass-fed butters, like Kerrygold's great ones. It's in most stores, even in Costco. But really, any butter is going to be better than margarine. So if you like this information, if you know someone who might benefit from hearing it, please share. Like my page on Facebook, ZaneGriggs.com. It's actually facebook.com / whichever slash it is, Zane's blog, if you're looking for a URL. But it's ZaneGriggs.com on Facebook, and my blog, ZaneGriggs.com. I've actually got a great free weight loss plan and a link to a circuit training video on there if you're interested. I think it's great, you know. But anyway, I'll be back. Talk to you later.